Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And a big hello to everybody who's joining us online today. It's my great honor to be your host for this culminating moment of the Holcim Foundation Awards 2025. Our mission at the Holcim Foundation is to support people who are change accelerators for sustainable construction. We're very proud that our awards have enabled 300 teams of architects, engineers, and planners in 70 countries around the world to accelerate their impact since the awards launch 20 years ago. Today, we're here to celebrate the exceptional achievements of teams from 16 countries across 5 regions who all share one common goal: to design and build responsibly, in a way that not only sustains, but restores and regenerates the natural environments we each inhabit as humans. The Holcim Foundation Awards have spent 2 decades demonstrating that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to sustainable design and construction. Each project we will acknowledge today embodies highly contextual approaches that span different typologies, from infrastructure and housing to civic buildings, landscapes, and urban master plans. In 2025, the competition entered its 8th cycle with a new prize format that reflects our commitment to ensure that diverse projects of varying scale and context are equitably celebrated. Our 20 winning projects were chosen by our 5 regional juries for their holistic responses to meeting human development goals and regenerating natural systems. We asked our juries this year to replace the historic gold, silver, and bronze ranking with one grand prize per region. And today, we will discover which projects the juries selected in each region and which of our 20 winning teams will be walking away with a regional grand prize. So before we kick off with our first region, I have one important message for all the winning teams in the room. Please make your way to join me on stage as soon as you see your project film begin. So it's now my great pleasure to kick off the Holcim Foundation Awards 2025 ceremony with our first region, Asia Pacific. So we're privileged and lucky to be joined by almost every single of our 34 jury members for this ceremony, and we have our wonderful jury chairs who will represent their fellow jurors today. That said, I'm sad to say that Sou Fujimoto was unable to join us in Venice. I therefore invite Teresa Young, Managing Principal for Arup in East Asia and member of the 2025 Asia Pacific Awards jury, to join me on stage. Teresa, hi. So thank you for stepping into Sou's shoes today, and you're representing the Asia Pacific jury. So this was your first time on a Holcim Foundation Awards jury. Can you share some observations about the regional submissions? And was there anything that surprised you and the jury in these submissions?
Yes, so thank you having me to serve as the jury panel for the Holcim Foundation Award. I feel honored and pleasure. And this is not my first time to serve as jury panel on a lot of competitions, international competitions, but this is the first with the Holcim Foundation. I was surprised to see how competitive it is. It is a huge challenge to all the jury members because, it's very difficult to choose and pick like the winning prizes, and then the submissions, they are of all very high quality. Of our jury members, we had heated discussion and debates. And then I think we all learn from the process because the different perspective represents a viewpoint that is to be treasured by everyone. Although we had gone through actually quite several rounds of process and selection process before we can like finally pick up the finalist and also the grand prize. That this process makes us all learn a lot. And we see that not only the built environment is being taken care of, it's the people that is in the heart of all this submission. I think that's all what we wanted.
Super, thank you, Teresa. So we're going to get started.
Yeah.
Our first winning project is located in the densely built city of Bengaluru and stood out to the jury for doing more with less.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes healing through design, a Kintsugi-inspired health center in Bengaluru, India, for its resourceful approach to creating accessible community healthcare. This health center was built from reused materials sourced locally, creatively reassembled into a modern vertical healthcare hub on a compact urban site. The jury applauded the designer's resourcefulness and community-driven approach, transforming reclaimed materials into an elegant, light-filled building and involving local residents in co-creating this essential facility.
We've got wood that is being repurposed for windows and walls and furniture. We can see the example of how to mine our cities to be able to rebuild the new. And I would hope that having a project that uses local material, that provides what the community needs, is then becomes an example for future buildings.
It's saying, yes, we have this huge mega city called Bangalore in the middle of India, and it's how does one do small interventions in the middle of dense, existing, crowded urbanism and create a vertical use, beautiful, actually socially sustainable building.
Welcome our winner, the Agami Project, A Threshold.
Woo. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay. Group picture. Okay. Oh, up. Woo! Another one? One more? One more? Super. Oh, another one, final one. Okay. Thank you. Well done. Congratulations. Super. You're going to, yeah, no, Priya, everybody is down this way. We changed the plan from 2 years ago. So, no, it's, thank you so much. Congratulations. So, we stand here. Yeah. Teresa, now we're going to travel to a place you know quite well, Pingshan in China, to celebrate a mega-scale river landscape project whose connected design creates a wealth of benefits for local communities.
Yes.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes Pingshan River Blueway landscape design in Shenzhen, China, for its exemplary 40-kilometer-long river revival. This groundbreaking landscape project transforms an engineered waterway into a continuous ecological park and blue-green urban lung, restoring natural hydrology, repurposing industrial land, and reconnecting neighborhoods to nature.
It's really well thought through. The scale of it is impressive, and if every city in the world could reinterpret connections to waterways this way, wow, what an impact.
The jury praised it for demonstrating a scalable model of urban regeneration that city leaders everywhere can emulate.
I see one word is connectivity. So it connects the people to the nature, it connects the water to the green, it connects one place to another place.
Welcome our winner, Sasaki Associates.
Super. Thank you and congratulations again. Please. Okay. So, you're excited. You're getting more excited. Great, I'm happy. Okay. So, we're now going to travel nearly 2,000 kilometers west of Pingshan to the Kingdom of Bhutan. Our next winning project was awarded as a transformative blueprint for future urban development.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes Gellifu Mindfulness City in Gellifu, Bhutan for its inspirational vision where happiness meets sustainability. This ambitious master plan embeds Bhutan's gross national happiness philosophy into urban design, blending vernacular architecture and passive strategies with modern green infrastructure to create a carbon-neutral city rooted in culture and well-being. The jury praised its holistic approach, preserving biodiversity and cultural values while setting a new benchmark for city planning.
What really appealed to me as a project is the fact that it is creating this really compelling vision of a city in harmony with nature, a city that has been built with the environment and not ignoring the environment. And that really appeals to me because, I think we need to plan our cities better.
The architectural design quality was very high. It's not like bringing crazy things from outside to put there, but they designed really based on the researches of the local situation and then try to find out something very unique for that environment and for their cultures.
Welcome our winner, Big Bjarke Ingels Group.
And maybe raise. Yay! Congratulations. So, Teresa, the big moment has come to celebrate the grand prize for Asia Pacific. You can't contain your excitement, can you? It's nice being on here with you. This compelling project in Dhaka gained the jury's unanimous vote for its multi-layered impact in an extremely dense urban context.
The Holcim Foundation is proud to announce conservation of Old Dhaka Central Jail in Bangladesh as the regional grand prize winner for Asia Pacific for transforming a disused prison site into a dynamic public space.
If we look at what's happening in Dhaka with that central jail conservation and rebuilding project, I think that's all about cultural and social sustainability as well as environmental sustainability. But the fact that these dense urban cities have a long historical cultural value, and how does that get not just preserved, but how does it grow into this new world and this new economy?
This conservation and development project revitalizes a historically significant yet neglected area within Dhaka's dense urban center through comprehensive place-specific design. It reconnects fragmented city spaces and establishes a replicable model for urban renewal deeply rooted in local identity, culture, and social fabric. The design strategically balances adaptive reuse with thoughtful new construction, integrating sustainable principles and culturally sensitive aesthetics.
The past and now and the futures is well integrated. And that was like a key element, I think. And of course, those kind of the conversion of historical or old, for example, industrial areas or some of the old buildings are happening throughout all over the world. And how to convert is like a really latest topics, I think.
The Holcim Foundation jury praised the winners for sensitively designing a vibrant space where Dhaka residents can truly celebrate community life.
What really stood out for me was the designers took this place of suffering and made it into a space for bonding. That philosophy really resonated. It will be transformative for all of Dhaka, right? It is a difficult city, but maybe this gives it hope.
Welcome our winner, Form 3 Architects.
Yes. Okay. Oh, one more. It's a family affair. Fantastic. We have more. Oh gosh. Is she okay? Is she okay? Is she okay? Oh, honey. Is she all right? She's okay. Never work with children or animals. Okay, so let's see. Have we had a nice group picture? Yes? All done? One more? One more? Okay. Okay. Why not? Woo! You right? Woo! Super. Please, I'm going to ask you just to. Oh, more. Okay. So please stay with us just one second. So Teresa, I'm going to ask you. I know these are not easy decisions, but how did you make this decision with the jury, the 4 winners and the grand prize winner?
Yeah, it's never a very easy process, but obviously, you demonstrated that this is like a great project. And what we like most, because this is like embodies the very best of sustainable urban renewal. So the whole jury team took what was once the largest jail in Bangladesh and transformed it into an open, welcoming civic space. That's what is like something amazing. And then we were also impressed by the thoughtful adaptive reuse, passive cooling strategies, and the celebration of local craft. It preserves the cultural memory while creating meaningful new public value. I think it is all with the people and the passion that we can see that your team is putting in the project. So this is setting as a very powerful benchmark for sustainable urban transformation in the region. So congratulations again, and we are looking forward for more great projects from you. Thank you.
Thank you. And Teresa, thank you, Teresa. Thank you so much. And a big congratulations to all our Asia Pacific winners. So now we will move westward to the Europe region. And it is my pleasure to welcome Kjetil Trædal Thorsen, founding partner of Snøhetta, to join me on stage. Kjetil, you chaired our amazing Europe jury, and I know that you really enjoyed the experience. So I'd like to know a little bit about the process and what were the prominent themes that came out of those first discussions?
Well, if you look at this jury group, you will understand it was an easy go. I think from the very beginning, when having to select and funneling the projects in, this expert group had all the knowledge needed for us to be able to, step by step, get into the final choice. I think we have to embrace this complexity. We have to understand that the different parts of Europe have different challenges, and we want to bring it together in a different way. So I found the jury work in Lyon and visiting the experimental site for concrete development there is, of course, something that touches while you're sitting together 2-3 days, breakfast, lunch, dinner, wine. And that, of course, brings the jury members closer. So you have to touch upon each other's souls, almost, in order to get to the point where you can make the final choice.
Super.
But it was great.
Yes. Well, we're going to discover what choices you made. So we're going to start with a project that hails from your region, Nordic region. It's time to discover an educational campus in Herning, Denmark, that combines beauty with a critical social mission.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes the Crafts College in Herning, Denmark for seamlessly integrating ecological design and social connectivity into an inspiring architectural fabric. The educational building harnesses passive design strategies featuring deep overhangs and balconies for solar shading, optimized daylight penetration, and natural ventilation. The robust use of recycled bricks and sustainably sourced materials showcases a commitment to a low-impact materiality. The jury praised the project's construction approach and material choice, which serves as a tangible demonstration of superior craftsmanship.
Asking an architect to design something that inspires these people to become as good as their surroundings, at least, if not better, is extraordinarily important.
It's just very delicate and very nuanced how the project is put together, how it's designed. But what I also like about the building is that Dorte Mandrup and her office, they are playing with inside, outside, and the space in between.
Welcome our winner, Dorte Mandrup.
Congratulations. Super. So, we're going to turn to another educational building, but much smaller in scale, in the north of Spain. And this rural primary school is designed to beautifully blend education with nature.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes the school in Gauzas, Girona, Spain, for ingeniously integrating sustainability and education within a rural Spanish context. Composed of 5 modest structures around the central agora, the design playfully encourages outdoor learning and community connection. Ecologically savvy architecture incorporates passive cooling, solar chimneys, rainwater collection, and the use of natural materials such as rammed earth and locally sourced cork. The jury praised the project's holistic vision as a community hub and living sustainability lab, seamlessly integrating building curriculum and landscape, enabling students, teachers, and parents to engage actively with its thoughtful design and environmental purpose.
You could really feel that there was an enormous encouragement for doing as much learning outside as inside, and even when you were inside, you were connected to outside. And I think that was very sophisticated.
The use of natural light, creating environments for school children to thrive and flourish. The sequence of spaces from inside to out, the materiality approach to the project, everything about it came together really beautifully, and we really enjoyed and celebrated the project.
Welcome our winner, Trædal Arkitekter.
Thank you. Congratulations. Okay, so we are staying in Spain, Kjetil, for the third winner in the Europe region with an urban landscape project in Madrid that sustainably bridges urban-rural divides.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes the Southern River Parks, Madrid Metropolitan Forests in Madrid, Spain, for sensitively restoring the city's sprawling rivers and green spaces. This urban-scale project will revitalize 1,081 hectares along the Manzanares-Gavia rivers, enhancing native habitats whilst countering desertification, enriching biodiversity, and creating sustainable microclimates. The jury applauded the systemic thinking behind it, noting its replicable approach is one that other post-industrial cities should look to adopt.
You're bringing together in this project people, place, and a sort of productive landscape. There's great hope in it because it illustrates urban agriculture and connectivity of great histories of this place coming together.
It's like an ecological buffer zone for the whole of the city, also for people to enjoy. We know how much we all need to be in contact with nature. Our physical, social, emotional health all benefits from it.
Welcome our winner, All-Day Hover Architecture and Landscape.
Thank you. Thank you. And so now, stop hiding behind me. You had an important part. You had an important part in this. So the spotlight is turning to the Holcim Foundation Awards 2025 Grand Prize for Europe. It's an intricate transformation of a disused industrial site that is a transferable model for urban revitalization across similar European contexts.
The Holcim Foundation is proud to announce Artek Tulturja in Pristina, Kosovo as the regional Grand Prize winner for Europe for transforming a derelict brick factory into an art and technology hub. The adaptive reuse project strategically positions itself as an ecological, economic, and socially inclusive landmark for Kosovo, offering a transferable model for urban revitalization and sustainable growth across similar European contexts.
The Kosovo project was remarkable in the sense that there was for sure a vision for what the place would be, but also it came down to the detailed workflow of how the materials would be recycled.
The proposal draws on an innovative circular construction model using robotic systems to repurpose industrial debris and old bricks into paving and landscaping elements, while abundant greenery enhances air quality and biodiversity.
There is a poetic act in reusing the material of a former brick fabric and to change that into a vibrant space for artists, entrepreneurs, and thinkers and people who will meet there and probably decide the future, right, of the country.
The Holcim Foundation Jury for Europe praised Artek Tulturja as a catalyst for sustainable urban revival, noting that its holistic vision could deliver an outsized impact in post-conflict Kosovo.
These kind of combinations can set an example for all the inhabitants in Pristina and beyond in Kosovo, I think, because if it really works away with all the different layers of engagement, of reuse, of design, if this really works on this particular cultural level, then people will also see there is value beyond normal cash flow.
Welcome our winner, Rafi Siegel, Architecture and Urbanism, Office of Urban Drafters, the Organization of Permanent Modernity, and
to lift up the trophy. Kjetil, the big moment, please. Okay, super. Okay, so we're going to keep you on stage, friends. So just stay with us for a couple of more seconds. Alan, we have the photo? Great. So, Kjetil, again, not an easy choice. Tell us a little bit more about how you made those choices in Europe.
I mean, all projects are great in their own way, but there was something in particular that was intriguing, because it's daring, I have to say, in a post-conflict situation, to be able to take it all the way and look so far into the future while still utilizing the past. It has so many layers and so many intentions that it's trying to follow up in a small country like Kosovo. And by doing that, they're setting an example for other smaller communities to actually go in, full in, and say the future needs to be as sustainable, at least, as what we can produce in a country that is a small country, but with a lot of will, with a lot of energy in the project. Now, that not to say that all the other projects, again, went absolutely great, but you have to somehow imagine in what situation this project has been generated, I think, in Pristina, because that is special, people. And trying to promote this kind of beauty that is in the brick and sort of building on that further into the establishment of a whole district, including biodiversity, looking at how the landscape reacts, looking at the existing buildings, looking at the different sustainable and environmental systems that are in use, but the culture is also a driver. And we have to see that in combination when we look at not only the programming, but also the solution of this project. So I really love the project, actually.
Congratulations again. And a big round of applause for all our Europe winners. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Kjetil. I think you can take that down. Thank you. Okay, so we've finished Europe. And next up, we will be discovering the winning projects for Latin America. So I'm inviting Sandra Barclay, co-founder of Barclay & Cruz, and our fantastic jury chair for the Latin America region, to join me on stage. Hi, Sandra. So, they always want to step backwards. I have to pull you forward. Okay, so don't be shy. Sandra, well done and thank you for chairing the Latin America jury this year. It's a region that always stands out for projects that are very resourceful, community-driven, and deeply rooted in the local context. Could you share some insights on the entries this year, and did anything in particular stand out for the jury as you reviewed submissions?
First, I will say that it was really a pleasure to be in person in Medellin. This is an inspiring city to think about all of these issues that matter. And we were focusing on the projects that have a high social impact, and also that are addressing the problems and complexities of the cities. projects that are that are done with ingenuity, clever, inventive, also that are resolving huge problems beyond the programmatic the requested, and that can be replicable, also that can transform realities that are almost condemned, and meaningful projects that are really done with care and for people. I think I will say that that was our target.
Your North Star,
yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, we will kick off and celebrate the first of the 4 winning projects in the region. So we're starting with a sensitive uncovering of a lost stream in the grounds of a university in Medellin.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes the return of the Lost Gardens in Medellin, Colombia, for its ambition and sensitivity in restoring nature on a university campus. Creatively shaping a new landscape, the project removes an obsolete structure to uncover a buried creek. Integrating urban farming, water gardens, and outdoor classrooms, the project reconnects the university campus with natural hydrology.
It's an amazing proposal, and I think they have done it in a very special way. It's a strong contribution with a very powerful project using landscape as a classroom.
The jury described the Lost Gardens as imaginative yet pragmatic in its repurposing of a demolished concrete structure into garden walls, seating, and educational kiosks.
It's a huge problem how we, in the past, manage the water. We manage the local rivers and the local sources of water. So it's important to recover it. It's important to manage this with creativity, with respect to nature. It's a very good project, and maybe this is an opportunity, it's a replicability of this solution in a lot of similar situations in the city and in other cities in Latam.
Please welcome our winner, Co Natural.
Congratulations. Super. So we're turning to our next winner. And this is a transformative conversion of a derelict site in central São Paulo.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes Sesc Parque Dom Pedro II in São Paulo, Brazil, for converting a downtown void into an inclusive cultural zone. Hemmed in by highways, a railway, and the river, this unique cultural center's design reconnects fragmented neighborhoods through a porous ground floor that extends the adjacent park. The layered gardens and terraces of the tiered upper levels offer passive cooling whilst collecting and harvesting rainwater. Public sports zones, libraries, care and learning spaces support and enhance neighborhood life. The jury praised the project for transforming a challenging site into a civic space that revitalizes the city center and enriches society.
It's a very busy area within Sao Paulo, and it's like a no man's land because it's exactly in the center of all these crossways. And in a very intelligent approach, the Sesc decides to build exactly there. It talks about how we can reuse what's there in order to make out of it a treasure.
It's a place that you just pass by as fast as you can. Right? And I think by changing this kind of way of moving around, I think you create a point of focus. And by doing that, I think it will kind of increase the security of the place, will increase the quality of life from the ones who live close to it, right?
Please welcome our winner, Una Arquitectos.
Very good. Congratulations again. Whew. Okay, so we're on to number 3 in Latin America. I know there can be some tension. I apologize, but we have to announce it. So our next winning project is a social housing program in Paraguay that thoughtfully combines housing provision with the rehabilitation of public spaces.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes Barrio Chacarita Alta Housing in Asunción, Paraguay for uniting self-built housing and public space repair. The project upgrades a vulnerable neighborhood without large-scale clearance, building small clusters of new homes on safer ground while preserving social ties. A polluted ravine is transformed into a linear park with terraced gardens and storm water control, while informal footpaths become landscaped routes and public spaces. Each home is co-designed with its future occupants and built using local labor and materials, ensuring cultural continuity, skills transfer, and long-term resilience.
The focus on social housing is a major challenge for our discipline in the world as we face a crisis of social housing worldwide.
The jury praised the project for its sensitivity to community needs, moving beyond standardized solutions to provide tailored designs for each individual family.
It's starting to work in a better, sustainable way that respond to public space, to better social housing, sustainable materials, and at the end, make the quality of life of people that live there better.
Please welcome our winner, Moss Architects and Adamo Fieden.
Hi. Super. Thank you. Okay, we have one project left. So we were going to reveal the grand prize winner for Latin America. This is a simple design intervention that elegantly solves a complex problem.
The Holcim Foundation is proud to announce Schools for Flood-Prone Areas in Porto Alegre, Brazil, as the regional grand prize winner for Latin America for forming a flood-resilient prototype school that safeguards communities. This project introduces a bold new paradigm for public education infrastructure in Latin America's flood-prone regions by working with, rather than against, nature. Designed to withstand flooding, classrooms, labs, and libraries are placed on the upper level, while the flood-prone ground operates as an open-air playground and sports facility.
It's showing us how, with a simple and intelligent solution, we can reuse those structures. Instead of demolishing it and building the ideal school or the ideal infrastructure for learning for that place.
Strengthening the project's social value, the building's rooftop is engineered to serve as an emergency shelter or relief center for the town. These dual-purpose spaces exemplify a systems approach to resilience. Every architectural element has multiple functions for both everyday use and crisis conditions.
The idea for a resilient school, I think for me, it's super important, not just by kind of the situation, but the idea of how a public school should be resilient nowadays, and how it is important to teach our kids to be resilient.
The jury praised the replicability of the design, providing a transferable blueprint for sustainable construction in vulnerable regions across Latin America and beyond.
We needed to select a project that could be copied, replicated in many places, not only the country, in other countries, and that project had that. So I think it had all very important aspects, and I really liked the project, and it was so simple that when you see it, you say, yeah, it's obvious, why no one thought about it?
Please welcome our winner, Andrade Moreton Arquitectos Asociados and Sarah Martins.
Very high. Woo. Okay. Super. You can stay with us just for a couple more minutes. So Sandra, I owe you this. Again, lots of passionate debate, very passionate in Latin America, but in the end, you had to make a decision. So tell us a little bit about that process. Yeah.
It was tough, but I think we thought all the 4 projects are kind of replicable. They are showing us how to do a way of doing, but this one especially is leading with really extreme flooding conditions and, of course, giving a second life to existing infrastructure, educational infrastructure that have been made in the territory regardless climatic or topographic conditions. So now, how to reuse them with simple 3 strategies, very clever strategies. So it's really a clever model. And also, they presented a guide how to, with these strategies, on how to really implement this in the country, you know? So that has also another dimension of replicability. So we were really fond of it. So congratulations.
Super. Thank you, Sandra. So thank you. Congratulations again, and congratulations to all our Latin America winners. Thank you, Sandra. Okay, so now it will be time for me to welcome our jury chair for Middle East and Africa on stage, Lina Ghotmeh, founding principal, Lina Ghotmeh Architecture. Lina, please join me. So, Lina, we're going to take a little pause from the proceedings, a little break, because Lina's been a very busy lady, and I'd like to talk to you about the importance of recognition. So some of our audience may not be aware, but you were named to the Time 100 Next list last month, I think. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
And this list...
Thank you so much.
This list recognizes influential rising stars across different fields, and you were the only architect on the list this year. That I would like to give a nod to a couple of our other jury members from other regions. I'm seeing, well, Jeanne is here, Jeanne Gang, and Ma Yang Song is here, and you've also been named to Time 100 list in previous years. So I think the question, Lina, is I'd love to know your thoughts about why this type of recognition matters, and what does it mean for architecture to feature on lists like these next 100?
Thank you so much, Laura. First, I'm very honored to be here and to be leading the jury for the Middle East and Africa. It has been really exciting, and so exciting really to see all the projects and the winners. I think awards are somehow important because they allow to bring on different value systems and to highlight ways of doing and of making architecture. And more specifically, I think the Time 100 is bringing also architecture outside of its field and saying that architecture matters and architecture is able to have an impact on our societies. So it was really beautiful to see that with this list you meet activists for the environment, whether scientists, doctors, actors, artists, and from various fields. And sometimes architecture may be sidelines generally with the general, public. And I think it's very important to intersect it and voice it as very much of a multidisciplinary practice. It's embedded in what we do, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this list also is recognizing leadership. So and it's a snapshot of what next generation leadership looks like. So I wondered if you have any leadership advice for our winning teams, but also for the people watching the ceremony today.
I think today in this room there are so many leaders, and all the winners are also leaders in the way they are producing their work and architecture. And I think something that makes us that is very much a character of architects is that we work with a lot of authenticity. And we're really passionate, and we're looking at how architecture can be of quality, and we're always defending the quality in construction, and how can architecture be not only about the built form, it's really about society, about producing new relationships, empowering people. So I think the message is really to build with authenticity and always be very curious to the world, because this is what nourishes us as architects.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing
Thank
those
you so
thoughts.
much.
Thank you, Lina. So we'll resume with our ceremony now, and we'll discover the winners for the Middle East and Africa region that you were chairing. So first of all, any thoughts on the general submissions across the region?
Yeah, I think first I'm very, impressed with the award itself, because it's an award that gives, supports projects in process. So it really highlights that architecture is a work of process as well, and that architecture is constantly a practice that needs support, that is not only led by the architect, but also is possible with the support of so many other fields. And your award is one that proves that. And more specifically to the Middle East and the Africa region, I think the jury was great. There were lots of debates, and we really questioned the voices behind every project, looking at projects in Africa, who are the people building there, and how the architecture is really rooted in the place, and how it talks about the culture itself. So questions of voices was very much important. We also questioned whether architecture is political. Architecture is political, and how does it relate to today's political scenes and challenges that we are living. And of course, since it brings together the Middle East and Africa, there were very different ways of making, and responding to ecological challenges, where we look at different materials, whether in Africa and the relation with earth and very specific material, and the Middle East and completely different geography and materials also specific to that region. So ecological architecture, sustainability is not a recipe that you can apply on every context. It's very site-specific, and it lets emerge very specific architectures in different zones and regions.
Yes, and we have 4 very, very different projects to share. So let's start with the first winning project for Middle East Africa. This is a climate-responsive redevelopment of Kinshasa's historic marketplace.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes Zondo Central Market in Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of the Congo, as a sustainable new design rooted firmly in local conditions and materials. Redeveloping Kinshasa Central Market, this project provides safe, comfortable, shaded stalls for 20,000 vendors using passive design.
They use only two materials, terracotta bricks and concrete. When you are out of the future building, you can see the skeleton concrete, but you mainly see the facade with a kind of pattern of mouche arabier for ventilation and so on. Very, very clever, very beautiful.
The jury commended the project's contextual awareness, careful stakeholder involvement, and commitment to social equity, which included planning with vendors and officials to help support long-term economic viability.
It was really a project that was responding to an urgency. And we felt as a jury that this was a very successful project and a suggestion for how to think about the African city of the future, the urban space within Africa, and the reality of what it means to have informal markets in modernity.
Please welcome our winner, Think Tank Architecture.
Congratulations. Okay, so we will move westwards. I hope I got my geography right, to discover the first of two educational building winners in this region. In this first one, we see a secondary school in Nigeria, which offers a refined spatial quality and culturally grounded approach.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes Brookside Secondary School in Asaba, Nigeria, for using locally crafted materials to revive nearly lost artisanal skills and provide economic opportunities. Regionally manufactured clay bricks form the backbone of the construction, reviving traditional techniques. Reduced material transportation lowers emissions, while participatory workshops involving international and local specialists inform the school's design.
It's really an interesting example of how do you fit into a contemporary canon of architecture, but yet do an architecture that is rooted in its place, that talks about the local material, that engages the community in the way it is built, that provides also a specialities that are enchanting for studying.
The jury appreciated the project's low carbon footprint ambitions and highlighted how the design and clever use of brick vaults demonstrated both aesthetic and environmental sensitivity.
I love the way they used the materials. And the more important one was the fact that the dome they did, which is a reducing diameter dome, is one of the most efficient structures, by the way, and it looks good. But it's very difficult to put into an architectural context without it being overwhelming. And I think they use it beautifully.
Please welcome our winner, Studio Contra.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations again. So we then turn to a very different scale, Lina. We're going to celebrate a semi-permanent school campus set within a protected Nairobi forest.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes Waldorf School in Nairobi, Kenya for redefining educational architecture through thoughtful, low-impact design. Located within Nairobi's Karen Forest, the project avoids deforestation by placing classrooms in existing clearings, drawing inspiration from traditional Maasai manyatas to shape its spatial layout. The architecture benefits from the forest's natural systems, shade, airflow, and biodiversity.
I think it challenges the notion of classrooms or what learning is supposed to be. And it's particularly important for me personally because in Africa there's an idea of what a school is. And I think we need more projects that challenges that notion and try to push the boundaries of what's possible.
The jury praised the project for the exploration of the space between temporary and permanent architecture and the design's emphasis on quality of light and spatial arrangements that enhance learning.
Schools, in my opinion, should be more integrated, more connected to nature, more organic, not in a formal sense, but in a philosophical sense. And this school was the best example.
Please welcome our winner, Urco Sanchez Architects.
Thank you. So, we're coming to the final project, the grand prize winner for Middle East and Africa. This is a highly thoughtful approach to heritage conservation in the Palestinian territories.
The Holcim Foundation is proud to announce Kalandia, the Green Historic Maze in Kalandia, Palestinian Territories, as the regional grand prize winner for the Middle East and Africa for its sustainable approach to reviving a site that has suffered decades of neglect. Through a sensitive process, buildings are gradually rehabilitated using traditional techniques and restoring the crumbling site for public use.
If we look at that type of architecture, vernacular architecture, there was a close listening to the environment, to the climate, to the resources in place, and I think it's important to respect that, to learn from it, and to project it into contemporaneity and into our future.
Community participation defines the project, ensuring a culturally sensitive restoration that fosters local ownership and generates employment for local artisans. Built on a self-sustaining model, the project allows property owners to lease buildings for 15 years in return for restoration, highlighting the viable economics behind the revival.
What makes the project so special, to my mind, is this really delicate balance of working with heritage, working with communities, responding to the difficult political conditions there, and also constantly not just generating knowledge and sharing knowledge, but using it to move forward.
The jury appreciated how the project worked with communities to address livability and job creation in challenging circumstances, and its ability to bring human relief through sustainable design.
It gives a kind of message of hope. And when you think about the restoration of the whole village, when you think about what happened regarding destruction in other areas of Palestinian territories, it speaks to me, it speaks to us.
Please welcome our winner, RUAC, Center for Architectural Conservation.
Stay with us. So Lina, we've seen, oh yes, thank you. The winning projects for this region are demonstrating how important cultural heritage and artisanship and how those can be thoughtfully modernized to address climate change, social equity, resource efficiency. So what impressed the jury the most, in your opinion?
I think we were all impressed with this project, first for its resilience and the fact that it had a holistic thinking. It wasn't just about building and architecture, it was about restoring heritage and somehow rebuilding those views that we see on the mountain with all those terraced architecture and restoring those with the hands of the many that were involved in crafting this architecture. But also it had an ingenious engineering system with a water drainage systems and also an economic approach to it with the lease. And so it had really a holistic approach in a very complex and a very difficult context where I think we're very much in need of construction and of proving architecture has a positive impact and is an act of positivity and of faith, actually. So congratulations to you.
Thank you. Congratulations, and thank you, Lina, again. So thank you. So a big round of applause for all of our Middle East and Africa winners, please. So, we have 4 trophies left, 4 winning projects to announce, and 1 final grand prize for the North America region. And thank you for being patient. It's your turn now. So I'm going to invite Jeanne Gang to join me on stage. Jeanne is founding partner of Studio Gang and chaired our North America region jury. Jeanne. It was worth the wait. So Jeanne, thank you for hosting us in your amazing studio in Chicago. I enjoyed the honey that the Studio Gang bees were producing. So I'd love to hear, you've heard reflections from all your fellow jury chairs, and I wonder if it's made you think a little bit about the approaches to sustainable construction in North America.
It did. What was really interesting is the different types of projects. I saw lots of interesting schools and local projects made of local materials. And I think, so it made me think about some of the differences, but also the similarities with North America and our challenges in building sustainable buildings there.
Yeah. And did anything stand out in the submissions of themes that you hadn't seen before, or that you felt are being more recurrent now, maybe?
Yes, I think what was really exciting to me is that I start to see in the jury, we had a diverse jury with lots of different backgrounds too, landscape architecture, urban design, engineering, and so we really had great discussions about like how the projects were interdisciplinary, but also how they were not just about the building itself, or they were all reaching out and thinking more systemically about how they're made, the processes, and just looking beyond the building footprint.
Yeah, super. Okay, well, we're going to discover which projects you selected, and we'll kick off with the first winning project, which exemplifies an adaptive infill approach on a constrained site within the grounds of the University of Toronto.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes the Lawson Centre for Sustainability at the University of Toronto's Trinity College, Canada, as an exemplary urban infill project and a living and learning campus for climate-conscious education. The design harmoniously integrates into a historic setting through walkable, low-complexity intervention, enhancing accessibility. The jury celebrated the building's thoughtful combination of residences, academic spaces, and urban agriculture gardens, actively engaging students in environmental stewardship.
It is designed to be a learning tool. So the accommodation is very modest, but I would say the shared activities, the opportunity to get on the roof and to actually get and do things is very generous. And that's where the generosity should happen, is where people come together.
I think my most favorite thing about it is just imagining the students that study there and learn this building by living there. And then when they go out and graduate, they're going to be able to take that knowledge forward and expand it even further.
Please welcome our winner, Mekanu Arkitekten.
One more. Well done, well done. I'm glad we made the trophy slightly less heavy this time, and I'm happy because I'm worried sometimes that we might cause some harm, but so far so good. So we're going to cross to the west of the USA to celebrate a pioneering airport terminal expansion in Portland, which offers a community-centric approach to large-scale infrastructure.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes Portland International Airport Main Terminal in Portland, USA, for creating a replicable model for redefining airports as sustainable transit gateways. Managing growth from 20 to 35 million annual passengers, this reuse and expansion project achieves ecological balance through a mass timber roof made from locally and sustainably harvested wood. The jury praised the terminal's community-centric design, which ensures accessibility improvements and integrates biophilic civic spaces, setting a high benchmark for inclusive transit hubs.
When we see an airport that has a character of light and air and fresh air and sensitive materials that you can touch, that changes your mind about what an airport is. It can be a place where you can find a degree of wellness. Why not?
I think the generosity is not tearing down an existing building, but thinking about the site as something that you can plug new into. And so you're enhancing what's there, in a very positive way.
Please welcome our winner, ZGF.
Good? Okay. Congratulations again. So, our third winner for North America is a quiet yet potent example of how human-scale architecture can powerfully illustrate and advance sustainable practices in post-industrial contexts.
The Holcim Foundation recognizes the Buffalo Crossing Visitor Center in Winnipeg, Canada, for creating a replicable model for inclusive, environmentally responsible architecture on post-industrial sites. Situated on a reclaimed quarry, the new visitor center's optimized solar orientation, geothermal heating, and advanced insulation minimizes its energy demand. The jury praised the project's ecological restoration through native prairie landscaping, bioswales, and stormwater management, as well as the humble nature of the visitor center's architecture.
I think the site got me when I started to look at it first, and then when you look at the building itself, when you get into the shape and what it's made of, you can figure out that they've actually touched the ground very lightly.
People don't necessarily always have the opportunity to be in nature. And here's a community that has created nature and put it at the foundation of their service to the community.
Please welcome our winner, Stantec Architecture.
Okay, thank you. I'm walking back here because we might need this later. But so we're going to come to our final, and it's definitely not it's a special one for the end. We've been talking about flood resilience over the last couple of days, and this was actually a coincidence, but we're very happy to show you the next film. It's an ambitious yet pragmatic design which addresses Boston's coastal vulnerability and provides a transformative model for urban resilience.
The Holcim Foundation is proud to announce Moakley Park in Boston, USA, as the regional grand prize winner for North America for demonstrating how a resilient urban park can be co-designed with the community. The project strengthens one of Boston's largest waterfront area, integrating berms, restoring coastal marshes, and using stormwater management systems to mitigate flooding and enhance biodiversity.
It hit all these important pieces of what the prize is all about. The park is really a piece of infrastructure, so it's doing a lot of work to save, livelihoods and homes. Then it takes it to this next level of embracing the coastal communities of plants and trees to use them to the benefit of soaking up water. It puts in place stormwater storage, and it creates fields that are elevated and not going to be flooded all the time.
Co-created with citizens via a huge community engagement effort, the design reflects genuine local aspirations and offers equitable waterfront access, enhancing recreational facilities for all.
The design comes out of what the community members want, they say they need. There's a part of that process that's about listening first and then providing guidance on what are the different alternatives to solve some of the challenges. And so it's actually flipping how we think about design.
The jury heralded this entry as resilient infrastructure within a vibrant public realm, demonstrating significant potential for replication in other vulnerable coastal and riverside cities in North America and beyond.
This type of design allows people to see how the water interacts with the land. If you cut that off from people's view, they think nothing's happening. So making a sense of awareness gives people a little more knowledge of what the natural conditions are where they live.
Please welcome our winner, Stas Landscape Urbanism.
Super. So Jeanne, I know, and again, lots and lots of discussion and debate. So how did you reach this final decision?
I think this decision really shows the importance of landscape architecture for the future of resiliency through climate change, but it also integrates a really important process of engaging the community, finding out what they need and what's on front of their mind, but also super interdisciplinarity throughout their team and working with so many different professionals and community members to achieve this, and then doing it in such an elegant way, bringing the marshland grasses back, bringing nature back, but also combining it with some real important infrastructure to prevent flooding for this area. And we all know Boston is really going to be receiving it, so thank you. It was a great project. The whole jury really loved it. So, yeah.
Congratulations, and another round of applause for all of our North America winners. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanne. Thank you so much. You can, yep, super. Okay, so, wow, how to sum up after such a rich display of best-in-class sustainable design and construction solutions. We've seen resilient infrastructure that works with and for nature, low carbon and circular construction methods, and sensitive heritage conservation and adaptive reuse. I think all our winning projects are proof of the construction sector's evolving approach to tackling environmental, social, and economic challenges. I am personally very excited for all the winning teams who should take this recognition as an important stepping stone to continue building a better world for all. I'd like to thank the 887 teams around the world who took the time to prepare submissions which met the awards entry criteria. I also extend our very deep gratitude to all our 34 jury members who dedicated countless hours reviewing the submissions, and to the foundation team who once again seamlessly managed this awards cycle. I thank the Holcim Group for its continued support of the foundation. And finally, I thank you all, whether you're here in Venice or watching the ceremony on the live stream. I'm thrilled that you continue to accompany the foundation in its important mission. I encourage each of you to go out and replicate the many fantastic solutions brought to life here today. Together, we can accelerate the global movement to transform the way the world builds. We will now close the live stream.